Welcome back to Superbly Said Advanced English Vocabulary and Phrases.
It's good to be back.
So, these phrases today come directly from a recent SpeakDuo lesson.
That's right.
And if you want to meet new people from around the world who are practicing English on video calls to, get more confident, just go to SpeakDuo.com.
So we're diving straight in today.
Absolutely. Let's start with our first phrase, top of mind.
Okay. Top of mind.
The material defines this as the highest priority in your thoughts right now.
Right, and the example is customer safety is top of mind for us today.
Exactly. Now, a lot of learners might just say most important or highest priority.
Yeah, and that's fine, but I think we're missing some nuance there.
How so?
Well, highest priority feels like it describes a status, an item on a list.
Okay.
But top of mind, that implies a more, an active cognitive focus.
So it's what's actually occupying your thoughts.
Exactly. It's what you're constantly thinking about, what's coming up in conversation. It has an urgency to it.
That makes a lot of sense. So in a professional context, if your manager asks about your week,
You could say something like, finishing my final project is top of mind this week. And then I'll move on to the budget proposal. It shows real focus.
I like that. Okay, next up we have equalizing force.
Equalizing force. I like this one.
It's defined as something that makes a situation fair for everyone. The example being, the internet acts as an equalizing force for education.
And again, you could just say it makes things fair or, levels the playing field.
Right.
But equalizing force has so much more weight to it. The word force itself suggests something powerful, almost systemic.
A large-scale agent of change.
That's it. It's not just a small adjustment, it's for big societal or economic impacts.
This would be perfect for something like an IELTS speaking test, right?
Oh, absolutely. If they ask you about technology, about AI,
Do you believe AI is an equalizing force?
you could answer yes, because it gives everyone access to expert knowledge that was once, locked away. It sounds much more sophisticated.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about mitigate the downsides.
A very professional-sounding phrase.
It means to reduce the negative effects of something. The example is, we planted trees to mitigate the downsides of pollution.
And the simpler alternative here is pretty obvious, right? Reduce the damage.
Mm.
But that sounds, a bit casual, a bit reactive.
Whereas mitigate the downside sounds more proactive.
Exactly. It's formal. It's language for risk assessment, for planning. It implies you've thought about the negative consequences and you have a deliberate strategy to lessen their severity.
Not necessarily to eliminate the problem entirely.
Right. Just to lessen the blow, so to speak.
I could see this being used to talk about stress management.
For sure. If someone asks, how do you mitigate the downsides of stress?
A good, concise answer would be, I take regular breaks to mitigate the downsides. It shows you have a system.
It really does. Okay, what's next?
Let's look at relentless drive.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
It describes an unstoppable, continuous motivation to succeed. The example is, an athlete needs a relentless drive to win gold.
And the simpler words are, determined or strong motivation.
But they don't quite capture it, do they?
Not at all. The key word here is relentless. It's not just strong. It's continuous, it's unyielding, it doesn't stop, even when things get tough.
It's almost obsessive.
In a good way. It's that persistence that pushes you through setbacks.
So, for personal growth, if someone asks, do you have a relentless drive to improve?
Saying yes isn't enough. You'd want to follow up with something like, yes, I have a relentless drive to learn new skills, so I set aside time every single day for it.
It shows that unstoppable quality. I like that. Okay, next idiom, barrel through.
Barrel through. This one is very visual.
The definition is to move very fast and uncontrollably through something. For example, the storm barreled through the small town.
You could say rushed quickly, but you lose all the imagery.
All of it.
The nuance in barrel through is that combination of speed and a kind of recklessness, an uncontrolled energy.
Right. It suggests something disruptive, maybe even violent.
Yeah. And we use it metaphorically all the time for fast, disruptive change.
Like with technology. The question in the material is, does technology barrel through society too fast?
And that's a great question. A sample answer could be, yes, Sometimes it changes things before we are ready. It really captures that feeling of being overrun.
It does. Okay, let's look at something a bit more gentle. Feel one's way through,
Right.
meaning to proceed carefully in an unfamiliar situation. The example is, I am just feeling my way through this new job.
And people might just say, I'm figuring things out.
But again, there's a different feeling to it.
A very different feeling. Feeling one's way through is more, I don't know, intimate, cautious. It suggests you're relying on instinct, intuition, trial and error.
Like you're in a dark room.
Exactly. There's no map, no instructions. You're just feeling your way.
This is great for talking about planning versus adaptation.
Perfect for it. If you're asked, do you plan everything or feel your way through?
An insightful answer might be, I usually feel my way through until I really understand the landscape of a new situation.
It shows you're adaptable, not rigid. That's a huge strength.
Okay, our second to last phrase is draw upon.
Draw upon.
This means to use one's experience or resources for help, as in, he had to draw upon his savings to fix the car.
And the simple verb is just use or rely on.
But draw upon implies something more specific.
It really does. It suggests you're accessing a stored reserve, something valuable that you've built up over time.
Like savings, or expertise, or knowledge.
Exactly. It's a formal word that suggests you are summoning this resource for a specific, demanding moment.
So, in a professional setting, if someone asks, what do you draw upon when solving problems?
You want to highlight your strengths. You'd say, I draw upon my years of customer service experience. It makes that experience sound like a valuable asset you can tap into.
It absolutely does. Okay, final phrase. Project something onto someone.
This one has a psychological edge to it.
It does. It means to attribute your own feelings or expectations to others. The example is, don't project your own fears onto your children.
People might say blame or assume.
But those words miss the mark.
Completely. Project onto carries the specific weight. It's about unfairly transferring your own internal baggage, your fears, your anger, your stress onto someone else.
Making them carry a burden that isn't theirs.
That's it, exactly. It's a key concept in emotional intelligence.
So the material asks, have you ever projected your stress onto a friend?
And a self-aware answer would be, yes, I realized I mistakenly projected my anger onto him when I was actually just frustrated with myself. It shows a high level of introspection.
It really does. All right, that's our 8 phrases.
I think it's time for a quick quiz to see how well these have stuck.
Let's do it.
For each question, we'll give you 3 options.
Listen carefully.
First question. Customer safety is top of mind for the entire team today. What priority level does customer safety hold?
Is it option A, a minor consideration that can be addressed only if all high-priority tasks have already been completed? Or option B, the lowest priority and will be completely forgotten as the week's major work gets underway?
Or option C, the single highest priority and the most important factor in their thoughts right now?
All right, take a moment. You can pause here if you need to think about the answer for top of mind.
Okay, the correct answer is C.
That's right.
Top of mind means it's the highest priority. That active cognitive focus we talked about, like finishing that project being top of mind.
Perfect. Question 2. The internet acts as an equalizing force for education across different economic classes. What is the internet's role here?
Option A. The internet is something that makes a situation fair and accessible to every single person.
Option B. The internet actively widens the gap between those with high-speed access and those with limited access.
Or option C. The internet primarily serves to increase the complexity and difficulty of accessing educational resources.
Feel free to pause if you need to think about equalizing force. And the answer is
Option A.
correct.
An equalizing force makes a situation fair. It's that powerful systemic agent of change we mentioned, like AI giving everyone access to expert knowledge.
Great. Question 3. The company planted trees to mitigate the downsides of pollution caused by its factory. What was the goal of planting trees?
Option A. To actively create new and unexpected negative effects resulting from the pollution crisis. Option B. To completely ignore the negative effects, focusing only on the company's manufacturing output. Or option C. To reduce the severity or lessen the negative effects of something harmful that is occurring.
Take a second to think about what it means to mitigate the downsides.
The correct answer is option C.
Yep.
To mitigate the downsides is to reduce the severity of the negative effects. It's that planned professional action, like taking breaks to mitigate the downsides of stress.
Excellent. Okay, question 4. An athlete needs a relentless drive to win gold at the Olympic Games. What quality of motivation is required?
Is it option A, an intermittent motivation that only appears when the athlete is immediately facing the competition?
Option B, an unstoppable, continuous motivation and powerful determination to succeed despite difficulties?
Or option C, a cautious and easily satisfied motivation that allows the athlete to stop once a single medal is won?
Feel free to pause the show here if you need to think about relentless drive.
All right, the answer is option B.
Unstoppable and continuous.
Exactly. A relentless drive is that motivation that just keeps going no matter what, like that relentless drive to learn new skills every single day.
Question 5. The new AI technology may barrel through society too fast for people to adapt. What does this metaphor imply about the pace of change?
Option A. The technology is moving very fast and uncontrollably through society, causing widespread and rapid change.
Option B. The technology is moving very slowly and cautiously, allowing society ample time to prepare and adapt calmly.
Option C. The technology is moving at a consistently slow pace that is dictated entirely by government regulation.
Pause here if you need a moment to think about what it means to barrel through.
The correct answer is option A.
Fast and uncontrollable.
That's right. To barrel through means moving with that reckless, disruptive force, like when we said it changes things before we're ready.
Okay, question 6. I am just feeling my way through this new job until I understand the situation. What is the approach to the new job?
Is it option A, to avoid asking any questions and waiting passively for the situation to resolve itself without involvement?
Option B, to proceed carefully, relying on instinct and trial and error in an unfamiliar or difficult situation?
Or option C, to implement a rigid, unchanging plan of action that has been predetermined by the manager?
Feel free to pause and think about. Feeling my way through.
The answer is option B.
Proceeding carefully.
Yeah, relying on instinct and intuition, like when you have to feel your way through a dynamic market instead of just sticking to a rigid plan.
Great. 2 more to go. Question 7. He had to draw upon his savings to fix the car after the unexpected breakdown. What was the purpose of drawing upon the savings?
Option A, to officially contribute additional money to his savings account to meet a preset financial goal.
Option B, to commit to using his experience or resources, such as money, for immediate help in a difficult situation.
Or option C, to completely forget the existence of his savings account to avoid the temptation of unnecessary spending.
Pause here if you need to think about draw upon.
And the correct answer is option B.
That's it.
To draw upon is to access that stored reserve for help, like when you draw upon your years of customer service experience to solve a problem.
Perfect. Last question. Don't project your own fears onto your children about their career choices. What does it mean to project fears onto them?
Option A, to try to teach your children effective strategies for dealing with the fears they already possess.
Option B, to attribute your own personal feelings, expectations, or fears to other people unfairly.
Or option C, to encourage them to pursue careers that maximize financial safety regardless of their personal interests.
Take a moment here if you need to think about what it means to project your own fears onto your children.
Okay, the correct answer is option B.
Attributing your own feelings unfairly.
Exactly. To project is to make someone else carry your emotional baggage, like when we talked about mistakenly projecting anger onto a friend.
Fantastic. So, we covered 8 powerful phrases today. Top of mind, equalizing force, mitigate the downsides,
Relentless drive, barrel through, feel one's way through.
draw upon, and project something onto someone.
The goal here was to really dig into the nuance, to move beyond just the basic definitions, so you can use these phrases with real authority.
We really encourage you to start using them. The best way to learn is by practicing.
Absolutely.
And you can find more lessons like this and book a practice session at SpeakDuo.com. We look forward to seeing you next time.